Hello, my name is Celine, and today we are going to be talking about cricket. But also, we are going to be learning new techniques and a guide on how to play Raha Last Man Standing. In this video, you are going to learn a lot about Raha Last Man Standing and help improve and learn a lot of new techniques when playing Raha Last Man Standing, as it is a very fun, exciting game. Let's start off by learning the differences between normal cricket and Raha Last Man Standing. And in addition to this, you might find a lot of differences throughout the video between normal cricket and Raha Last Man Standing. So let's find out what they are. There are a few rules that are featured in Raha Last Man Standing game, which is the following. There are 6 team players allocated and spread into 2 different teams. One team has a role of fielding and the other is batting. 2 players from the batting team start off standing in front of the wicket. Their goal is to score as many runs as possible. When one batsman bats the ball, then both of the batsmen have to run the opposite to the wicket they were standing at to score 1 run. And if they manage to run back to the original wicket they stood at, they get 2 runs, and etc. In this game, only 6 official bats can be scored per batter. After 6 bats are scored, the other batsman is substituted. In addition to this, a batter has to also retire after a total of 25 runs, but if all teams get a go, the player can go back and play again. The most recognizable form in Raha Last Man Standing cricket is when a team loses 7 wickets in an innings, the remaining batsman proceeds to bat without a partner. But in normal cricket, a batsman cannot bat without an accomplice. The last man standing can only score in even if the number of runs. When Raha Last Man Standing is played, the last batter can stay as a striker without needing a partner, hence the name of the game. This is on one of the many rules in Raha Last Man Standing game. However, in a normal game of cricket, batting is always done in pairs, so no one bats alone. A lot of these rules derive from typical and common cricket games. A difference we can see is in the rule of missed balls. In a typical cricket game, the batter is not required to stop with a non-striker, even after multiple balls missed, but in Raha Last Man Standing, you are required to switch positions after the 3rd missed ball. Another Raha Last Man rule that is different from a normal game of cricket is the double play. In a normal cricket game, 2 of the batsmen cannot be out at the same time. If one batsman is run out or out by any other mean, the ball is dead and no further wickets can take place on that ball or runs can be scored. In Raha Last Man Standing game, 2 batters can be out at once or at the same time. Average game of cricket, no batter bats alone. Batting is always done in pairs. Even the last person batting is always done in pairs. Even the last person batting will always stay as a striker with a partner and never alone, but in the other version, the last person batting can stay as a striker without a partner. Let's start off with fast bowling. There are 2 different types of bowlers. A pace bowler, where the player performs a standard bowling delivery and focuses more on the speed of delivery. And the other bowler is a spin bowler, when the player would rotate the ball to bring the ball off the field at an angle that is harder for the batsman to anticipate. Each ball is known as delivery, and the bowler will provide the balls in sets of 6. Usually, and over, when a bowler completes their over, they are supplanted with another player. To perform a proper bowling, you need to have good grip, gripping the ball on the bottom, holding 3 fingers on the ball. Your index finger and thumb should be directly opposite or parallel to each other. Place your middle finger horizontal and right of where your thumb goes. The closer they are, the higher the velocity of the ball. Your ring finger and pinky into a loose fist, or just drop them in a way. Carry the ball close to your chest and chin, bending your elbow and extending it away. While running up, straighten your elbow and arm to aim, then shift your weight to the leading foot and thrust your bowling shoulder forwards. Swing your arm like a windmill, flick your wrist before releasing the ball, then release and follow through almost like you're bowing at a crowd. A strategy for bowling includes the variation of line and length. Line being the path of the ball towards a batsman in a horizontal dimension, running from offside to leg side. In other words, it's the line that the ball was on off stump, and length being the distance down the pitch that the ball bounces on the way to the batsman. A good illustration would be a Yorker. Aimed at the wicket, a Yorker is difficult enough to play at the most excellent of times. But on the off chance that the batsman has ended up fatigued or complacent and is shocked by it, it gets unsafe. Other convincible outcomes incorporate changing to in-swing, utilizing cut, bowling a slower ball to actate a mistimed shot, or pitching short and pointing at the batsman to drive back foot defensive, which will result in a lost hit into the air. Let's start off with batting. Batting controls the game of cricket. The batter's goal is to manipulate the bowler's line and length to create space on the field to score. Once you disturb the partner of making bowlers by rotating strike, it doesn't allow them to attain their objective of making pressure. By rotation of strike, the bowlers are not permitted to settle down into a fixed rhythm, as they have to be compelled to change their line and length of each striker. Rotation of strike is the trademark of good batting. The techniques for rotation of strike is run in between wickets and opposed to scoring boundaries. The steps of batting start off with grip. You have to grip the bat if you're right-handed. Your left hand on top of the handle, almost towards the round part of the bat, with the right hand directly under it. The thumbs and index finger should form a V shape. Next step is to assume stand sideways in the safe area in front of the wicket with your left shoulder facing the bowler. Spread your feet shoulders width apart around like 35 centimeters and slightly bend your knees, ensuring your weight is equal on both legs. Then for longer pitches, shift most of your weight to the back foot and vice versa for a full pitch. Then after batting, the bowler decides to run or continue batting. The bat has to be at an approximate 20-degree angle. Let's start off with fielding strategy. For fielding strategy, the fieldsmen focus on being quick and on throwing. They need to be able to move fast and throw fast to anticipate the batsman's strokes. Usually, fielders are placed offside because bowlers tend to aim for the off stump, which will make it go offside. Some well-known strategies are placement of players. For example, slips are fielders usually put on the offside from the wicketkeeper. They play a role of being swift and steady to catch the ball. A tactic we could use to improve our fielding is that the fielders should be quick. They are supposed to run swiftly and prevent the ball from touching the boundary. If the fielder catches the ball, they are obligated to throw it to the wicketkeeper through an overarm swing. The faster they throw it, the increased chance of the wicketkeeper stumping it while the batsman is out of his ground. I hope you are able to learn, and I hope that you enjoyed this learning video, as you should go play Raha Last Man Standing as soon as possible. Thank you.